Hi everybody, welcome to yet another incredible episode here on neuTUBE. I tell you, I can't get enough of that name. I just want to send a big shout out to Gina Scipione, our Director of Education, for coining that name for our social media education channel. Today we're on the NUMA professional group on Facebook, but I can tell you, if you're not watching this live, if you're watching it later, you will be able to find it on the NUMA YouTube channel. So I'm really excited to be here today. I know this episode was advertised as sort of pro tip time with Tim, which is, kind of funny. I am the Global Director of Education for NUMA and happy to be here to spend time with you today. So one of the things, I wanted to keep this episode short and sweet because I know we're moving into the fall. I know you're probably looking for just quick ideas to really sort of do your hair without doing a lot, because I know school is about to start back. You have limited time in the morning. So I wanted to just show you something that really inspires me. And with the NUMA brand, I wanted to just show you one of the ways I've hacked one of our great styling products, which is New Styling Firm Hold Gel. I want to show you how I've used it. And then just play around with a little bit of hair, very quick. But again, super happy that you're here, and let's get started. So the first thing I did before I bring our lovely model in is I did prep her with our new volume shampoo and new volume conditioner. Obviously, because I wanted to build support into the hair. I want it to be full of life, full of volume, full of body, and ultimately full of bounce. So then I went in and I used our New Styling Firm Hold Gel. And then you'll see me while I'm styling this, I'll use a little bit of the New Control Medium Hairspray. But what I wanted to talk to you about, I want to bring my model in, and I want to talk to you about what I did and why I did this. Sorry, I almost made her fall over, and that wouldn't be good. But whether I've been doing a show or, a photo shoot, inevitably the model always shows up with a really nice top knot. And what I've always noticed when I'm taking that top knot down, I never really want to do much to the hair because it's got such great movement. It's got volume and lift and body all in the right places. So today, I just wanted to show you a quick way that I have set out to recreate that feeling in the hair. So what I did is with my lovely model, I did from towel dried hair, I put in around 4 to 5 pumps of the New Styling Firm Hold Gel. So I put that in my hands and I emulsified it and then worked it root to tip. And then I literally let her air dry. I wanted that product to build in a good amount of support just in an air dry state. And once she was air dried, I then took her, and I hope you can see, but I took her and I took big sections, and I'll show you how I did one of them when I take it down. But I took really big sections and I just twisted the hair into and rolled it around on itself into a little knot, a cute little bun, and I pinned it in place. Then, when they were all pinned in place, I took my blow dryer and on relatively high heat but low fan speed, I went through the process just very quickly of heating the knot, because I have learned a little hair hack here and a pro tip. The New Styling Firm Hold Gel, yes, I let it air dry, but I know just from using it for quite a few months now, by using heat, I can reactivate the styling and molding properties of this product. So that's what I wanted to do. So that's all I did. I prepped with our new volume shampoo, our new volume condition, and then from towel dried hair, I went in with the New Styling Firm Hold Gel. Again, I let that air dry. Once it was air dried completely, I brushed it out, and then I twisted 4 large sections into cute little knots, and I pulled out my blow dryer on high heat, low fan speed, to reactivate the molding capability and the setting capability of the New Styling Firm Hold Gel. So that's what I wanted to do. And other than that, I let it cool completely. And you will see what this technique can do if you are in a rush or just don't have a lot of time to do your hair now that you're probably rushing the kids off to school, or that will be coming soon because summer's almost over. But what I did, I'll take one down and I'll show you exactly what I mean by twisting them into little knots. So I had the hair, It was long, it was air dried. I had brushed it out. I just picked it up because I do want a good amount of lift away from the scalp. I twisted the section. I kept twisting until it started to roll around on itself. And then I just rolled the hair into place and took a long duckbill clip and pinned it into place. So I did that in 4 large sections. You can see I've got one big section on the top because I don't want explosive lift on the top, but I did take 3 sections around the head shape and I heated them all up and then I let them cool. So now the beauty is we get to see what that looks like. And I'm gonna use a system of combing the hair out with the Numa wide tooth comb. I'm also gonna do a little bit of back brushing just to breathe more life into the hairstyle. And then we will finish it with a little bit of the new Control Medium Hairspray, all right? I do have the benefit of having my lovely colleague and friend, Gina Scipione, on the line, and she'll jump in from time to time if there are any questions, if you need clarification on anything in terms of product use, application, how much product I used, but I just wanna dive into this. I see Lloyd is watching. Hi, Lloyd, thanks for the support. So I'm just gonna take this down. I'm gonna unwind it. And you can see, I mean, the amount of just bend and shape in that. And I didn't have to do anything in terms of using a curling iron, pulling out small sections and curling them, and then trying to brush everything into the shape that I want. I know all of you, because you're here on the professional channel, you've got a good understanding of how hair moves. So why don't we start more and more to use that knowledge to our advantage and really just use products like the new Styling Firm Hold Gel to make our lives behind the chair or in our bathroom at home a lot easier. We can work so much smarter. We don't have to work so hard all the time, but you can see that's going to have quite a bit of movement. So what I would like to do first, and Gina, you don't hesitate to jump in if you have any questions, but I'm just going to lightly undo that. I'm just going to give it a little bit of a tug, just to loosen it up. And then what I'll do is I'll take my Numa wide tooth comb. I'm going to comb through that hair. Those of you that have seen me on neuTUBE before, you know I like to comb the hair away from the face. And then I can always pull it back down around the face in the finished style. But even just combing that out, that's got quite a bit of movement. It's definitely got quite a bit of bounce. I can't say enough good things about the new Styling Firm Hold Gel, but the pro tip here, the hair hack is, you can put it in and let it air dry, even overnight if you want, but then using the heat from your blow dryer will really reactivate the styling properties in that product to your advantage. So I'm gonna break that section up. I'm gonna brush through with my wide brush, and I'll probably just give it a little bit of a push. I'm not trying to tease the hair, but I do just want to blend all of these sections together. I'll incorporate it into my next one. I'll give a little push from underneath, and I'll bring up the last, give that a little push as well. Now, when I'm back brushing, don't get stuck on, oh, what does it look like now? Because obviously I'm not going to let her walk out of the salon that way, all right? But I just want to show you, if I want to blend sections together, I can do so just by adding a little bit of back brushing. So we'll let that sit there. Another pro tip is when you're finished back brushing a section, that's when you can pull something out like the new Control Medium Hairspray, and you can give it a little bit of a mist. I better open it. Give it a little mist and just let it settle. You don't need to touch it again. So now let's look at the back, because that is a very, very, very large section. The reason, like for me as a hairdresser, the reason I choose bigger sections is because I don't want a lot of push away from the root in every area of the head. I don't want the style to get really, really large on top. So by using larger sections, I can guarantee and maintain the length that they want to keep in the hairstyle. All right, so you can see, I know Gina's loving that, just that bend and that movement. And it's literally, I just rolled it into a cute little cinnamon bun. That's all. So I can take my Numa wide tooth comb, I can comb that hair out. The other thing I like about using sort of a twisting, rolling the hair into bun technique is, you know, with a curling iron, sometimes, well, not sometimes, curling iron is a tool that's great if you're trying to create uniformity in the style. I don't want to do that with this. At Numa, we're very much about lived-in texture, celebrating the natural elements of life, of hair care products, ingredients. So I like that aspect as well when I'm just trying to create hair that is uniformly ununiform, if that's such a thing. I don't like everything to be the same and be connected, all right? So then here, I'll pick up sections as well. I'll give a little bit of a push just to open up that wave pattern. Nothing crazy. And you can see, I mean, that movement is totally set in the hair. But again, I'm back brushing just to blend sections together. I'm not going to leave the hair this way. I'm just getting, I like to use back brushing. Another pro tip, I like to use back brushing because when you've used or you know, sort of carved out sections in the hair to set it, I don't like the hair to fall back into those preset sections and sort of spiral in on itself. So back brushing prevents that. All right, another light dose with my new Control Medium hairspray. Let it settle. But even just that, for me, that's already magazine worthy. I hope you agree. I see Gina's in there throwing up a bunch of hearts, so I know she agrees. So again, take the section down, just unwind it. Always be kind to the hair. I think our instinct sometimes, especially when we're in a rush, is we take the pins out and we take a comb and we rake through it. Just be intentional with the hair. You don't need to abuse it. It will do whatever you want it to do, but I do believe you need to be kind to the hair always, all right? So take that section, you can see that great movement that we're gonna expose there, and I'm going to comb the hair away from the face. That does really, really, really open up the style. Comb, 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 comb. I hope you can see that. And just like I did on the other side, I'm then going to isolate subsections and just give them a little push. That's all, nothing major. Incorporate the next section, give it a little push as well, and finally the third. Give that a push. Come in with our new Control Medium hairspray and just let it settle. Again, if I'm doing this in the salon, I'm probably not gonna have her facing the mirror because if she looks at this as it is currently, she's gonna feel like we pulled her through a bush backwards. I don't want her to experience that. But I can tell from the shape already, it's going to have so much movement. And again, we are gonna brush this down. Now on the top, I did a very, very large section because the twisting technique is going to really, really sort of lift the roots up on top, but it also helps me sort of maintain length, and I don't want the style to get too wide, all right? I want the movement to be in the mid shafts and the ends, not in the root area, because that can be a little hard to reverse if you get too much movement in the root area. So I've got that section there. This time, I think it looks beautiful just as it is, but don't worry guys, I'm going to finish this and take all that back brushing out. Take the section. Another little pro tip here, if you will. I think for a long time we've been taught to, oh, don't comb the hair too much. Don't touch the hair too much. But I can guarantee you, if you have heated the hair properly and, just as important, if not more important, have allowed it to cool thoroughly, the wave and the set, it's not gonna go anywhere. You can comb it. Combing it is going to enhance it, all right? So I've got my comb through there. I'm on whatever back brushing I did on the sides and the back, I'm gonna do half of that on the top because I don't want a lot of lift on the top. I just want this to fall into a nice organic style. Gina, are you there? Are you liking this?
I am loving this.
So client choice, if you have a client that wants a lot less movement, literally you could do just 2 big sections. Split it right down the middle, especially if there's someone who likes to embrace a center part. Split it right down the middle and just do 2 big twists on the side, or just do 1 on the top, 1 in the back, and you get to choose. It's your style. So I'm gonna give it a nice, healthy dose of new Control Medium. Let that settle while I reorganize my styling station here. And now I can start to work in the sides. Now I would take out my big brush as well. And again, I'm gonna start brushing everything back, away from the face. Brush, 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 brush. Don't run your fingers through the hair. Let your tools do the work for you. If you do anything with your hands, you're allowed to capture the hair and give it a nice little healthy tug, just to put the hair in the place that you want to put it. So you can see it's going to brush out very nicely. I might brush this back, and if she had, you know, substantial ears, I could tuck one side behind the ears. But I'm just going to go through and brush and brush and brush and brush and brush and brush. Now, if you're not used to this kind of hairdressing, I just want to encourage you to try it, because embrace the non-uniformity in this style, all right? Just embrace it, work with it. Clients, I find today more and more, they're looking for perfectly done, undone hair, and using a twisting technique like this will help you create that. I'm just gonna continue brushing. I always tend to tilt my lovely client back and just give her a good brushing that way. So brush, open up. You can put in some more of the new Control Medium if you want. Main thing I'm doing right now is I'm just brushing out all of the back brushing, because I only used it to blend all of my sections together. It served no other purpose except to open up the style. Brush and brush and brush and brush and brush, using your hands to push the hair in the direction that you want it to go. And now I would use a little bit more of my new Control Medium hairspray. Give it another good dose. Give that a couple of seconds to settle before you go brushing through it. But you can see the movement here. It's just really, really, really nice and full. And it was only 4 twists. That's it. So brush and brush and brush, brush and brush. You can see it starting to form into something really, really, really just nice and natural. Okay. Let me make sure I brushed her underneath. But I could sit here and brush this all day, and because I have heated it properly and then cooled it properly, the set is only going to get better the more I manipulate it, all right? So now let's bring her up and let's play. Look at that shine. That's another thing that's great for me with new styling firm hold gel. It does enhance a lot of shine in the hair. Now, I will pull out my wide tooth comb, and as I always do, I just tend to go in and play with the hair and see what it kind of wants to be. That's when I get in with my fingers, but I'm not running my fingers through the hair, all right? I'm just seeing, or I'm just sort of exposing and playing off all of the support that I've built in with the products. In terms of finished style, I always tend to err on the side of not frizzy, but a little more fizzy. I just like that feeling in the hair because it's very natural. Gina, how is that looking from your end?
And we are on the same page. I just said, look at all that shine. It is incredible.
It's hard for me to see here in the camera, but I'm gonna take my Numa wide tooth comb now, and I'm going to take and just use it to address certain sections that I feel like need a little more separation. Nothing major, but just use the tools at my disposal to really sort of, I don't even know how you would say that, bring out more flattery in the style. Comb. But this was just, it was literally new styling firm hold gel and a little bit of new control medium. And you can see it's just very natural, very lived in. The hair moves very nicely. And I like the little bit of interest here. Like I said, when models or clients tie their hair up in a hot knot or a top knot, the heat from their scalp usually will create these interesting little bends in the hair in perfect places. So why not embrace that? Get my fingers in, lift it up some more, do a little bit more combing. And now you have just a sultry sort of blow dry, and you didn't have to use traditional techniques to create that style. So then, because she doesn't have shoulders, but let's give her some. When you push all of that over the shoulders, it's just, the hair is so full of life. It's a lot denser than you would imagine. And I used the new styling firm hold gel to create that. I can see that little piece here in the camera. And then I go through, if I were taking a picture, that's when I go through with my fingers and I just pull the hair in certain areas that I know will make it look good on camera. But I hope you like that. I told you it would be short and sweet, but it just gives you such good movement in the hair, and you didn't have to do a lot. My main thing is I love to see how it moves. And that would be your NewTUBE episode for today. So really hope you enjoyed it. I want to recap here. I want you to be able to see her. So the way we prepped her was we started with the new volume shampoo and the new volume condition. That's what we used to build support and life and volume and body into the hair. Then when she was towel dried, I went in with the new styling firm hold gel. I applied roughly five pumps, wiped that roots to tip, let it air dry. I twisted everything into strategic knots, heated it up with my blow dryer on relatively high heat, low fan speed, let them cool properly. Then I went in with a mixture of a comb, a wide tooth comb, and a paddle brush to really connect all the sections. And that technique, along with new control medium hairspray, I've then been able to expose all of this great movement, body, volume. And it's really just hacking. It was really by nature of hacking one of our existing products to show you different ways to use it, all right? So thanks for joining the episode today. We really, all of us really appreciate all of your support here at Numa. We hope to see you soon in person, and if not, here virtually again. So you will find this video on our YouTube channel. So it's NewTUBE on YouTube, and we hope to see you soon. Thanks so much for today. I really enjoyed my time with all of you. Have a good one. Bye-bye.